Objection to unfitting music! Hey, Zach, how are you doing, my man? It's time for some Ace Attorney that never came out stateside. Jesus Christ, thank you, Capcom, for not releasing games this side of the world, or in Europe, or anywhere. Thank you, Capcom. Oh man. Aurora Borealis, and this side of this time of the day, in this part of the country, in this side of the world, localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes, yes, that's your dank maze for the evening. Let's see. But how are you doing, my man? Nice, nice. Okay, now that's done. Let's do this without further ado. Yes. Launch software. Nani? Why is the screen frozen? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's alright. Oh wait. 3DS lower screen. Maybe lower it. Nani? There we go. That's better. All right, I'm excited to play this. Too bad I can't read the menu. This is Nani, did the patch fail? Did the patch fail? Oh, don't tell me the patch failed. If that's the case, wait. Wait. If the patch fail, I'm going to have to call the stream for now and yes, this is a very professional streaming. Yeah, sorry, I think I'm going to have to call the stream for a moment and... yes. I think I'm gonna have to call the stream for the moment. So, please don't go anywhere. I'll be back soonish. We're back. Sorry about that. I had to patch the game. This is a quality stream. You know what's the worst part? I wouldn't need to do those shenanigans if Capcom just sold the game. You know, go to the store, buy game. But anyway, we're here. We're back. So great Ace Attorney. I've heard it's a really good Ace Attorney game that Capcom decided to not stream, to not wow. Hang in there just a moment because the video is giving me issues. Hang in there. As I was saying before my microphone muted itself, nope, this game doesn't take place in Japanifornia, and this game was translated by fans, thanks to those people who took their time and effort to finally finish this, because God forbid Capcom admit... Hey, welcome Sally! And yeah, finally, I had a few issues with getting the stream to work, but finally...
歴史的な開国から数十年
Oh.
文明開化の大号令のもと、極東の島国にまさに今西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。
That's a stanky frame
活気に満ち
rate.
溢れる帝都の民は変化、革新の熱気にむせ返り、その変化に戸惑う者も飲み込んで、時代は大きなうねりの中にあった。そして今、そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
Anyway, welcome to stream, Sally, and well, I didn't play the demos. I waited for the whole thing to just sink in right away. I waited for the whole patch to be completed. It's been almost 5 years, well, it's been like 3.5 years. But, finally. It's a volume of the game fine, by the way, or is it too low? Too loud? November 22 November, 8:43 AM, Supreme Court, Defendant Lobby 5. Even now, I find it hard to believe. While everything seems so calm in this lobby, just one step beyond lies the grand bench where my fate will be decided. Ah, thanks, man. And what do you want? Nothing. Staring at me won't do you any good, you damned murderer! Hey Tai, welcome! Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yumei University in the Empire of Japan. 3 days ago, I was caught up in a terrible incident. And now I await my judgment. Yes! It had to fail! Haha! Anyway, and now I await my judgment. Halt! Bailiff, I'd say it's about time you stem the flow of the garbage coming from your mouth. Excuse me? Who do you think you are? I'm the defense attorney for the defendant before you. The defense attorney, you say? Until today, the trial has ended, until the final verdict has been passed. You have no right to call this man a criminal. Watch your words, bailiff. One little know-it-all. You and your stupid logic. Yes, logic is very stupid. Oh, come on. Why is this happening today? Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, I'm sorry about that. There's gonna be over a minute of delay and I can't solve it. At least I'm capable of making logical arguments, unlike you. Don't you agree you're not scared, Naruhodo? Huh? Oh, sorry about all that. Why are you apologizing to me? Never mind. I'm really sorry, Asogi, for giving you so much trouble. And in the end, you still apologize. You never change. Guess not. Lately, your name has been in every paper in the capital. Imperial Yume University professor killed the culprit, a student of the same university. And yet... you didn't do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't kill him. I'm not a murderer. Then stop hanging your head, chin up, back straight. Asogi. I believe in you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo! Stop calling me by my full name, please. This is my best friend, Kazuma Asogi. He's a second-year student like me. But to be frank, he and I are worlds apart. He's the pride and joy of our university. Even though he's still a student, he's already qualified to be a defense attorney. You're too kind. Defense attorneys are still an emerging profession here in Japan. But we are but a meager existence in the judicial system, at least for now. I know I already said this 3 days ago, but Asogi, as your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. He did it, right? I mean, sorry to break the immersion, but I just feel it in my bones right now. 3 days ago, that's right, that was when it happened. You know, he also looks like, like Richter Belmont. Congratulations, Asogi! Ometedo! You've finally been approved to study abroad. Yes, I've finally done it. It seems like a dream come true. It seems like the government has recognized my achievements as both a student and a lawyer. You'll be studying the greatest legal system the world. You'll be studying as the greatest legal system in the world as a representative of Japan. Yes, I can read. As your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. There isn't a soul at Yume University who doesn't know Asogi's name. Wherever he goes, a mysterious warm breeze follows. So the rumor says. For the sake of reforming this country's legal system, I want to observe a true legal system. I want to observe a true legal system across the sea with my own 2 eyes. Oh boy, you're going to enjoy the people hanged in America. The British Empire, man, I wish I could see it. No, you don't. Then why don't you come with me? It will bring me great pleasure to rampage through the Queen's domain with you. You make it sound so easy. Oh, look at the time, I have to get going. I'll stay a bit longer, we did come all this way after all. You're right, we rarely get a chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Well then, take care, see you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. Tits is on hold, it's Ace Attorney, I have to stream Ace Attorney. Shortly afterwards, it began. Mr. Asogi, a moment please. Why, Professor, I didn't expect to see you. Well, I can say that this incident doesn't concern me. More importantly, you ought to go and see the judge in his chambers. Eat your hamburgers, Asogi! Eat your hamburgers, Asogi! Chill in the classical American futon. The judge? He's been looking for you for quite some time. You took on the role of a defense attorney without giving much warning, lest you forget. As a result, today's proceedings seem to be in a bit of a disarray. Who is this gentleman? I feel like I've seen him around the university before. Understood, I'll be there at once. Sorry. Allow me to accompany you. Allow me to keep you company. Well then, Naruhodo, I'll see you in the courtroom. Right. I'm counting on you, Asogi. Do I have a court record? No, not yet. Wow, this is awkward. Excuse me? Yes! Are you Yunosuke Naruhodo, the defendants in today's trial? Yes, that's me! I am Yuji Mikotowa, a professor of forensic pathology at Yume University. Professor Mikotowa? I've heard that name from Asogi. He's the one who thoroughly lobbied the government to let Asogi study abroad. Asogi has informed me that you are his best friend. If that's true, then there's something you must know. Well, what is it? As you are aware, Asogi is set to study abroad in the British Empire. However, in the event that he loses today's trial, his trip will be suspended and he'll never receive such an opportunity again. What? Nani? You really didn't know then. Allow me to hit your hamburgers. I suspected that Asogi will wish to hide the truth from you. So Asogi is defending me despite the risk. Wait, why will they do that to him? Our government chooses who gets to study abroad from a wide pool of candidates. Let's just say that to receive such a privilege is no laughing matter. But... still... I swear I didn't do it. I'm not a murderer. Oh, but of course, however... I must warn you. It will be quite difficult to prove your innocence. You see, today's trial is... special, to say the least. Nani? What do you mean by that? You'll find out. I'm about to summon... you'll find out once the trial begins, whether you like it or not. I know. What on earth should I do? Keep this in mind. I'm not asking you to just stand there and accept a guilty verdict. Huh? As soon as the trial begins, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. To this question you must reply, I am, before anyone else has a chance to speak. I am? Hold on, what kind of question is this going to be? Oh, no. Is this going to be something like, who is the killer? No, of course not. Thank goodness! Defendant! The trial's about to start. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Oh my, it's time. It appears that our secret talk must end here. In any case, I shall leave you with these words. Kazuma Asogi must not stand as defense attorney in today's trial. Of course, the one who ultimately decides that will be you, the defendant. What are you waiting for? You wanna be held in contempt of court and declared guilty? That Gokil attorney won't be of much help anyway, so move it! If we lose today's trial, not only will I be found guilty of murder, Asogi will lose his chance to study abroad too. And so, blissfully unaware of what lay ahead, I head to the trial. That fateful trial, one I'd never forget. Oh man, it's been a while since I read so much. 22 November, 9 AM, Supreme Court, Court 2. Can I save? Yes, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to save and reload every mistake. I will own every mistake in this playthrough until you get 6. Oh man, this is going to be... So this is a courtroom. Not just any courtroom. It's the Supreme Court, the highest legal authority in the Empire. Yes, I think I get it already too. I can feel it in my bones. Something feels off about the gallery. Oh man. Thank you, docs. Why are there so many people in uniform? Today's trial is being conducted in absolute secrecy by the order of the government. Yeah, I could already feel it. Absolute secrecy? That's what I said. The general public has no idea what this trial is taking place. That this trial is taking place, rather. The only ones allowed to be in attendance are the military and government officials. Nani? But why? Oh, you'll find out. They are about to summon it. More importantly... Time to focus, Naruhodo. It's about to begin. Ooh, 3D! Sorry. The court is now in session for the trial of Yonosuke Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. No, this guy now talks like the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. As is the defense. Before we proceed, there will be one thing I would like to confirm. Last night I received an urgent request for a change of attorney from the defense. Yes, Your Honor, it was I who submitted that request. Custom dictates that an attorney ought to be appointed 2 days before the trial. Therefore, I must ask for confirmation. Who is to stand as the defense attorney for the accused in today's trial? Here it is! The opening question. In other words, who will be defending me in this trial? If I answer I am, that would mean... There's no time to think. I should... say I am. I play Pot of Reed! I mean... Dude, look at Ryunosuke, how twitchy he is! Your Honor, there's no need to confirm. Needless to say, the one who will be defending the accused is... Hi! What was that out of place yell? The Scatman, the one who will be defending the accused is me, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Tan, tararan, tararan, tan, tan. Sorry, I'm just messing around just a bit. There we go. What? Yes, this works. What do you think you're doing, Naruhodo? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Come again? If I'm declared guilty, your study abroad will be suspended. I'm disappointed. You're saying you don't trust me at all. You think that if I was your attorney, we will lose this trial? No, you imbecile! I'm worried about you. If there's even a chance that you, because of me... I knew it. I knew you'd pull something like this. That's why I kept my mouth shut. Damn it, Professor Mikotoba. That was completely unnecessary. That's a born to reach, isn't it? Very well. The court acknowledges that the accused will defend himself in today's proceedings. Oh, I see. Yes, that's like the big cheese from Samurai Pizza Cats. I see. By renouncing his attorney, the accused is admitting his own crime. Do not misunderstand. The one who is most sure of his innocence is simply the defendant himself. That is all. Isn't that right, defendant? Yeah, that's right. But if I'm being honest, this defendant is drawing a total blank on what I should want to do next. First of all, do something about those shifty eyes of yours. How dare a mere student of bother the great Supreme Court with such a trite case? Surely I'm not the only one who's outraged by this arrangement. As you gentlemen know, this is the grand branch of the Supreme Court. As such, we demand a trial befitting this courtroom, the pinnacle of our legal system. Defendant. Yes! I shall now gauge whether or not you are qualified to stand in this court.
Okay.
What's he gonna do? In other words, the judge doubts that you have the ability to properly defend yourself. Oh no, not tutorial! Joke's on him because the person with the most doubts is none other than myself. Now I shall pose a simple question to the defense regarding this case. Yes, Your Honor. First, what is the name of the victim of this murder? Answer promptly and clearly. Okay, she'll know this one. I'll hear the countless times in the incident. It's... Oh no, I'm so nervous, I can't remember. What was his name? What was her name again? Hello. You're drawing a total blank in this one, right? You're my best friend, alright. Don't worry, everything about the incident has been logged in the court record. A record? Go ahead and tap the court record button, top right of the bottom screen. There you'll find everything you need, even the things you may have forgotten. Great, let's try tapping the court record button. Here's all evidence. You can also view the people's profiles involved in this case. Once you confirm the victim's details, press back button at the task at hand. A white man was killed, John H. Watson. The victim of in this case was invited to come from the British Empire to university, medical doctor. All relevant pieces of information can be found in the court record, remember that. Oh, nice! The stream keeps dying, yeah, I just noticed. Oh, this is terrible, it's horrible. I'm willing to just believe it's my Ethernet cable. It's my Ethernet cable and not my internet itself. So now I'm using the Wi-Fi in hopes that works, because other device had internet, and yeah, I'm willing to believe that that's the Ethernet cable. Anyway, now Sean Kim is not waiting. Present your answer to him. Oh, even then. Yes. But why? Why does it keep dying? Oh, there we go. It's working now. Okay. The victim is Dr. John H. Watson. Of course, you will remember the name of a professor at your own university. Dr. Watson was a medical doctor from the British Empire. 3 years ago, he was invited to teach at Imperial Yuma University. And that is why we have such a tremendous debacle in our hands. The British Empire. A country in which the Empire of Japan wishes to maintain strong diplomatic relations. Recently, after lengthy negotiations, our two empires have signed a new treaty. I know, right? The Japanese-Anglo Treaty of Commerce and Navigation. Everybody knows that about it. Ha! You knew that, and yet you still took the life of a Briton. What's more, you're students at Imperial Yuma University yourselves. You murdered a professor of an institution of learning. Have you no shame? Yes, Dr. Watson was killed, man. Look. See? but I didn't do it. Due to the grave nature of this incident, we have drawn the attention of the British Empire. They have requested that the Supreme Court to pass swift judgment in today's trial. In other words, our spineless government is bending over backwards to appease the Brits. No, that's baguette. You're being just used as a convenient scapegoat for that end. Is that what makes this trial so special? Exactly. Our country must find someone to punish as soon as possible. All because the victim is a Brit Bong. British man, Dr. John H. Watson. This has nothing to do with our countries or treaty. I was just in the wrong place and at the wrong time. Oh, would you look at the time? I have to get going soon. I'll stay a bit longer. We came all this way after all. You're right, we barely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Well then, take care. I'll see you around tomorrow's English lecture. Partner. Off to the British Empire, huh? What a guy. Huh? I've seen that man on campus before, I think. He's a doctor from Britain. I never got his name though. Maybe I should go introduce myself. And so... I went to Dr. Watson's tables to introduce myself. Now, let us move to the next question. Yes, Your Honor! Was Dr. John H. Watson robbed of his life? Present the cause of death to the Supreme Court. Post-mortem, was shot in the chest and bled to death. Bullet did not pass through his body, okay. Dr. Watson's cause of death, of course. That would be... This is a court of law. Here, let the evidence speak for itself. The evidence? Quickly, present the piece of evidence showing the doctor's cause of death. According to this thing, it was blood loss from a gunshot wound, Your Honor. At least call it by its proper name. That thing is a post-mortem report. Yes, post-mortem. In the West, for example, in the British Empire, corpses undergo what's called an autopsy. But in our country, police surgeons conduct a post-mortem examination instead. Right, now I get it. I don't get it at all. I know, right? Allow me to present a photograph of the crime scene. As you can see, there are gunpowder burns around the bullet hole, meaning the victim was shot point blank range. There's no other conclusion. Very well. The court. How many voices have I done for the judge? The court accepts this modern investigation tool as evidence. Wow. So this is a photograph. It's my first time seeing one. It captures far more detail than what you'd seen from my illustrations. Very well. You have proven yourself to be to the court. You have proven yourself to the court. The questioning ends here. Now, let us proceed with the trial. Finally. Understood, Your Honor. First, I would like to give an overview of the incident. I hereby summon a witness who was present at the scene of the crime. Oh, here we go. I just realized what the professor had in mind. Professor Mikotoba, you mean? He knew that you'd be the one defending yourself in court, however. As long as I stand by your side, I still can offer you advice. Oh, that's true. Here's what Professor Mikotoba told me. Kazuma Asogi must not stand as a defense attorney. Kazuma Asogi must not stand as a defense attorney in today's trial. Good grief, everything went exactly as the professor planned. Please let me your wisdoms, Asogi. Give me your wisdoms. You're right. For starters, do something about your shifty eyes and cold sweat. Only if you do something about your fluttery headband and a cold gaze. Oh, the butler. No, not butler. The waiter. Witness, please state your name and occupation to the court.
Yes, my name is Satoru Hazunawa, yes. I am a waiter at La Quantos, a restaurant serving Western cuisine.
Man, you are bleeding. Are you okay? There's blood dripping out of your mouth.
Oh, this is completely normal. I am perfectly fine.
Not too sure about that. Yes, no, you're not. A few years ago, a southeastern corner of the capital was open to foreign settlements. Now it has become a fashionable area lined with hotels catering to visitors from abroad. The crime occurred 3 days ago in that area at a restaurant specializing in Western cuisine. Witness, please share everything you know with the court.
As you wish.
Try to not interrupt this man's testimony, amateur attorney. Yes, he sure does. Yes, sir, I never even called myself an attorney.
It was just after 2 PM that day. We normally have few patrons at that hour.
After a lunch rush, only 3 groups of customers remained. Come to think of it, he's right, there weren't many customers at that time. I was in the kitchen putting away the dishes when suddenly a gunshot rang out from the living area. When I ran out in panic, I saw it. I saw the British gentleman, the victim, slumped over in his chair. Standing next to him was a defendant holding a piece of NANI? Wait! Please wait a second. Yes, I picked up the gun when I noticed it on the ground, But, oh, you idiot. I swear I didn't fire it. Save your breath. Well, I already warned you once. We are here to listen to the witness's testimony, not your outbursts, but your... what? Next time you interrupt, be prepared to suffer a penalty. You'll get your chance to strike back eventually. And now listen to what this man has to say. Witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm. You saw the accused standing next to a victim with a pistol in hand, correct?
Certainly, that is correct.
I see. And apart from the accused, no one else was near the victim?
I mean, certainly not. Apart from the deceased British gentleman and the defendant, no one else was present.
Huh? Wait, what did he just say? No one else was near the victim? What's the matter, Naruhodo? That's not how I remember. Oh, remember, Ace Attorney games are fantastic, and in both in Japanese and in English. When I walked to introduce myself to Dr. Watson, there was a woman sitting next to a chair across from him. What? There's no way the waiter missed that. They keep telling me to not interrupt, but can I really just stand and watch this? Give me just a moment to defend myself. Dr. Watson wasn't sitting alone at the time. I'm certain that there was a woman dining with him. My, what a troublemaker. This attorney will stop at nothing to interfere with the trial. He's a little more than a fraud. I'm not even sure that we can reasonably call the accused an attorney. But... Witness, are you sure your memory isn't flawed? I certainly am. The British gentleman came to the restaurant by himself that day. But that's impossible! I made sure to sketch the seating arrangement for patrons right here. I implore you to check for yourself. This appears to be a sketch of the crime scene. Since it was an emergency situation, I resorted to using the back of my business card. As you can see, here shows where the victim. Here shows the victim was alone. Oh yes, at the time in question. You've gone above and beyond to the call of duty. Truly, you are an admirable young waiter. But 1 second. Okay, I have no idea if it's because the capture uses the Wi-Fi as well and there's something going wrong, or it's just my internet sucks, but... I'm back, sorry about that. Again, I don't know what even is going on here. I don't know if it's my internet or it's the capture that also uses the Wi-Fi for this.
You flatter me, Your Honor.
I request that you present that sketch to the court as evidence for a trial.
Oh, well.
Is there something wrong? Go on, hand it over.
On.
Yes.
Certainly, as you wish.
That's all. He was pretty calm up until now. He's right, the waiter doesn't need to look. Well, they seem to look a bit flustered. Business card has been filed into the court record. And so, that summarizes what happened during this incident. When the gunshot rang out from the dining room, the only person near the victim was accused. Why, I'd say we'll be wrapping this trial early today. Everything's just coming up Milhouse right now. Closed everything that uses internet. My phone, let's kill it because it uses internet. There we go, closed Discord, everything's closed. Let's continue this. The capture, everything that was amazing. Was simply amazing. Judge asked, yes, we are on death now. Oh, no, we're not on death. Yes, we are on death. We are on death now. We are on death now. Yes, Your Honor. If you please, old man voice. If you plead guilty now, the court was willing to recognize your plea as a mitigating factor. He means that your punishment may be reduced. Be aware that the witness was only here to provide a summary of the incident. But if you insist on prolonging this trial, the prosecution will gladly summon a decisive witness to stand. Ooh. Hey, Yasogi, what should I do? What are you talking about? Well, it sounds like I'm going to be declared guilty sooner or later. So I think the best might be if I just plead guilty right now. It froze? Oh. I mean, everybody's talking about how special this trial is, right? You, Professor Mikotoba, heck, even the judge and the prosecutor. If this trial keeps going on like this, I'm scared how it might... Why? Ah, there we go. How it might end. As I said before the trial, I believe in you, Naruhodo. And now, in spite of that, you intend to betray my good faith? Huh? My internet keeps dying, and because my internet keeps dying, the capture keeps dying. If the defendant is truly innocent, it's a defense attorney's duty to use any means necessary to prove it so. You have a duty to defend yourself. Are you going to abandon your duty? Even worse, you'll give up the battle when it's just begun. Alright. The defense will continue to fight for an innocent verdict until the very end. The prosecution needs to stop stalling for time and just move on with the trial. Go ahead, call this so-called witness to stand. Very well. Prosecutor Auchi, continue as you were. Oh, how young and foolish you both are to not know your place in this court. They may call me a saint, but I am prepared to become a demon. Before long. Yes, I'm sorry. Before long, I shall have your implant little mouth sealed permanently. The prosecution will now call 2 witnesses on the stand. Awesome! Perfect frame to just freeze. Now, bailiff, bring the other prosecutor's witnesses. I'm sorry this stream is coming up so shitty. I was looking forward to this. Oh yeah, those guys from the anime cutscene. The witnesses, please state your names and occupations to the court.
Yes, sir! I am proud soldier of the Empire, Sergeant Taiso Usukumaru, sir!
And this one's about the humble peddler of time. An antiquary, one who brings to the imperial capital the essence of curious from bygone eras. Owner of the Hall of Discard Emporium on the corner of the capital's second block. Sanmon Sonohigurashi is my name. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an odd combination. Oh yes, this is an amazing stream, this is an amazing network, yes! These 2 were also in the restaurant the day of the incident, Your Honor. So it's the 3rd group of customers that the waiter was referring to earlier. This one spends a brief time in each afternoon enjoying the aromatic coffee. It's Sonohigurashi who speaks. This one spends a brief time in each afternoon enjoying aromatic coffee at Loquantos. Oftentimes, this one also converses with connoisseurs dressed in my treasures. I have no idea what he's talking about. The old man knows an I'm sorry, it's just... man. It's just when it's not one thing, it's another, you know? Yes, it's Wright's ancestor. The old man owns an antique shop and appears to be a regular at Loquantos. He tries to sell his antiques to any customers who look like they will be interested. Many affluent socialites dine at that high-class Western establishment, after all. Oh, I see, but if I'm being honest, that soldier over there doesn't seem affluent enough to be buying much of anything. So, the 2 of you have witnessed the very moment that his heinous crime unfolded. Is that correct? Yes, sir, yes, sir! Oh, the insults of such atrocity, no detail elevated in the soldier's watchful eyes. Indeed, without a doubt, that juvenile clad in somber black fired that lethal round. Nope, I did not understand this guy either. But putting that aside, I think I heard a strange sound just now. Yes, like a ah! I see, these 2 are so-called decisive witnesses. That soldier said he witnessed at the very moment you shot the victim. Uh-huh. So, are you having fun yet? No? Honestly, I'm not. Me neither, Naruhodo. Me neither. Now, let us hear your testimony. Tell the court the truth of what you witnessed during the incident. As you wish. Sergeant Taiso... I heard that again. Usukumaru reporting for duty. Alas, this one does not wish to recall the deplorable events of that afternoon. Oh, this is a spicy network. Witness testimony. What we witnessed. Uh-huh. I was at the restaurant chatting with the old man as I ate my beefsteak. This one was boasting of a beautiful treasure enveloped in a golden gleam. And then... the flash of a gunshot. That moment was burned into my eyes. That black-clad student shot the British man, a sudden and cowardly shot from behind. Meanwhile, this one crawled into the floor in search of a treasure gone missing. And I see the contradiction now. That means, Sergeant, you must have witnessed the crime in its entirety. Everything from when the accused took the pistol to when he shot the victim.
Indeed.
The fuck? The despicable culprit was that delinquent student over there. Imagine the wretched boy who would just shoot an Englishman at such insensitive juncture. I don't think the comments are loading anymore. Oh, spicy stream. Sorry guys if I can't read you right now. I can't read you right now. It's fact. Oh yes. Wait, that's not true. I didn't shoot anyone. You sure about that, Naruhodo? All I did was pick a pistol from the floor. After introducing myself to Dr. Watson, I went back to my table to finish my coffee. Then I decided to get home. Hey Zach, I have no idea. Then I decided to go home as I made my way to the door. I saw a British-made pistol on the ground next to where the doctor was sitting. I thought that he might have accidentally dropped it, so I picked it up. But just as I was about to hand it to him... If that's really what happened, then the true culprit is still at large. And a clue to her identity rests within this testimony. Really? Oh, this is coming up. Millhouse tonight. Quickly, Naruhodo, assert your right to conduct a cross-examination. Cross-examination? There's no time to waste, just do it! Now then, as you just heard, Your Honor... This testimony has conclusively proven that the accused's guilt. The time has come, and so have I, to pass judgment on this despicable university student. Just 1 second. Settings. Indeed, there's no longer room for any doubt. Well then, the court hereby declares Naruhodo, sir. What was that? And what is this unbearable, awkward silence? No, the defense demands a right to conduct a cross-examination thing. Oh dear. What are you, a puppet? Are these your words or those of the man next to you? He got me. The prosecution objects. This is clearly a ploy to waste everyone's time. One cannot expect such an inexperienced attorney to conduct a cross-examination. Regardless, the defense has every right to make such a demand. His expertise or lack thereof matters not. Asogi, that was amazing. Very well. I hereby grant the defense's request to conduct a cross-examination. Excellent, now the real battle begins. But I have no idea what I'm doing, man. It's simple, expose the lies in their testimony. You didn't fire that pistol, therefore someone must be lying. That makes sense. The key to the truth rests within the evidence. To expose their lies, you must strike them with a decisive piece of evidence. Anyway, just try your best, Ace Attorney. Title drop. I got it! I guess I have no choice but to go for it. Just go for it. What we witnessed. And then yes. Hmm. What in the world was that? This photograph came flying at me right out of nowhere. It's a contradiction. Yeah. This must be one of those contradiction things. Are you alright? Are you in the right mind? What, pray tell, is so contradictory about this photograph? You know, it's... I know that I have to say that I can't seem to find the words. Oh, what does it smell like, Aras? Hehe. Let us end this charade, Your Honor. Our Supreme Court has no room for an amateur attorneys like you. What a pain. Hold on your horses. You can't be serious. Do you really need an explanation for something like this? This is Supreme Court, for goodness sake. Sorry. What did you say? What to say? Maybe if you just shut up and take a look at the photograph, you'd notice too. The surgeon's testimony contradicts the evidence. Sergeant Sukumaru. What is it? During your testimony earlier, you said the following. That black-clad student shot the British man, a student Corley shot from behind. That's right! I swear by my own two eyes I witnessed the very act. But that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Because, you know... Yasogi, a little help, please? Sure, take another good look at this photograph. The victim, Dr. Watson, died after being shot in the chest. Wow, that's some spicy lag. Uh-huh. Sergeant, according to your testimony, the victim was shot from behind. However, the fact remains that he was shot from the front. Explain yourself. I'm waiting. Oh, I can do Sonics, I'm waiting. Oh, so there's a baby. What the heck was that? Something tried to pop out from his knapsack, but he pushed it back down. Indeed, this is an obvious contradiction. Care to explain, Sergeant Sukumaru? Yes, it's all coming back to me now. When the gunshot rang out, my eyes were actually fixed on La Quanto signature fixed beefsteak. Surely you jest. The surgeon's testimony now has made one thing abundantly clear. The witnesses, Taiso Sukumaru, soldier of the Empire, did not see the moment in which the defendant supposedly fired a pistol. I don't know, man. Do you know? Come on, surely you understand. Our Supreme Court has no room for an amateur prosecutor like you. No. No! He flipped the mood of the courtroom with just a few words. So this is the power of a defense attorney. Troya no Chikara! What, I really did see it. You cowardly student pointed the pistol right at the victim's defenseless back. Even if I did, I didn't fire it. All I did was pick it up from the floor. Old man, perhaps you witnessed something that could shed some light on this?
My previous statement still stands, yes. I guess this is the voice now I have. I crept under the table and heard a sharp gunshot shortly thereafter.
Crept under the table? What were you doing down there?
Searching for a lost item.
What did you lose? What did you lose?
A koban! A precious coin from the Huey era! When this one departed from La Quantos, that invaluable item from my Hall of Discard was tucked away in my pocket.
You brought it along in hopes of selling it to the highest bidder, correct?
That day, this one presented the koban to the carnivorous soldier.
He was my last hope, as no other patrons were willing to make a purchase. Thereupon,
it vanished as soon as this one lost focus.
The koban vanished.
Believing it to have found some place, this one scored the floor. That's when
a gunshot echoed through the restaurant, right?
Indeed. Nevertheless, this one resumes the search for that relic of the Huey era. Every fiber of my being was in a frenzy.
By the way, did you ever find that koban?
Alas, this one did not.
Interesting.
On that day, this one carelessly misplaced a fine Huey koban.
Or perhaps it was stolen by some unscrupulous individual? As you are all aware, time is of the essence in today's proceedings. Our government must report back to the British Empire by this afternoon. But the latest testimony is far from conclusive. No matter how far our government is willing to bow down to the Britbonks, I cannot allow your honor to pass a verdict just yet. What do you say, Prosecutor Ouchie? Ouchie? Rest assured, your honor. These witnesses still have more to testify about. Will you elaborate? Oh, trust me, it will all become clear in the next testimony, your honor. Let's just say that there is one person who could be the murderer. And it is no other than the accused student Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Looks like you've incurred his wrath. Very well, the court shall ask both the witnesses to retake a stand. This time you must establish the firm basis for the defendant's guilt. Understood? This one vows to make every word count. Affirmative! Sergeant Taiso Sukumaru reporting for duty once again. Nani? Sir, there is someone peeking out from behind you. Everyone meet the Sukumaru's family last hope. Koromaru. Koromaru Sukumaru, okay. Guess he couldn't afford a babysitter. Take a good look at my dear son. Oh, one of those, the Shichi, the thingy from Mega Man 1. This is a kangaroo court indeed. Father is about to thwart evil right in this instance. Watch closely. Oh, nice reference translators. This evil right. Identifying the true culprit. Even if I didn't see the exact moment the bullet was fired, it doesn't change a thing. This one remembers it well. The boy in black indeed took aim at the British gentleman. What's more, there were no other customers in the restaurant besides us. Indeed, the British gentleman had been quietly enjoyed his food in solitude. I repeat, no one could have shot him but that wicked boy. Yes, a pinwheel. That was quite the necessary testimony, yes. Wait, that's impossible! Yep, I'm aware, Arras. Dr. Watson wasn't alone at the time. Restrain yourself, defendant. I'm telling you, there was a young woman sitting there with him. There's absolutely no way you two could have missed her. If you call yourself an attorney, then speak in accordance to the law. This is no place for to be spawning nonsense. Make no mistake, the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The proof is in this photograph. This photograph of the crime scene, I presume? Yes, Your Honor. This shot of the victim's table was captured by the investigators. Does it contradict this photo? No. As you see, there is only a single serving of food in the table. True. As far as this photograph is concerned, the victim had no company. It's only natural conclusion. See ya, Raz, take care. How can this be? I hereby order that the photograph will be submitted to the court as evidence. Submit file to the court record. No. What in the world is going on? How could they have not seen her? They were corroborated the testimony earlier. He took claim that the Dr. Watson was arrived at the restaurant by himself. Well, they are wrong. I saw her. I swear I did. It seems that our telegram to the British Empire can be delivered on schedule. After all, there is no contradictions to any kind in the latest testimony. As our treaty with the with Britain is still in its infancy, these are delicate times. I'm honored to have played a role in advancing friendly relations between our two empires. Is this really happening? Is this real life? Is it just a fantasy? Is this trial going to end just like that? Enough, Naruhodo, it's not over yet. Huh? If what you say is true, then there's more to this than to this case that meets the eye. So, what are you waiting for? Time for another cross-examination. Asogi. Defense may now cross-examine the witness, but be quick about it. Now the courtroom procedures are merely delaying the inevitable. No, that's not the same thing. After all, I did not shoot him. I did not hit her. I did not. That's the difference in perspective between a student and a soldier. I don't know what to do about that. The defendant, consider the following. Just now, I blinked my eyes. Okay. Did you witness the moment it happened? Of course not. And yet the truth remains that I indeed blinked. And that's how it is. That's how it is. Ugh. Regardless, after a gunshot pierced my eardrums, I saw you turn your pistol toward a British gentleman. That alone tells a full story, don't you think? In addition, our antiques dealer witness saw the very same thing. Isn't that right, good sir? This one remembers very well the boy in black when they took him at the British gentleman. It's true that I was holding the gun in that instance, but... I just picked up from the floor, I swear! That is exactly what the criminal will say. Oh, screw you, man. Screw you. Let's see. After finishing my coffee, I was about to leave the restaurant. Why did the stream stop? The hell? Oh, come on! Okay, 1 second again. Okay, now this is where we left off. Oh. Finally. Oh. Let's save just in case. It's not true. That I was holding that. It's true that I was holding a gun in that instance, but I just picked it up from the floor, I swear. That's exactly what a criminal will say. After finishing my coffee, I was about to leave the restaurant. But I saw a gun lying on the floor next to the Dr. Watson, so I went to grab it. Next thing I knew, a gunshot rang through the restaurant. Life never goes according to plan. Never goes according to Keikaku. What do you mean by that? You find yourself in this quagmire because you found a misplaced firearm. This one, on the other hand, was unable to find a misplaced Koban and is now trapped in a quagmire of my own. Regardless, one cannot deny that this one witnesses. You are standing over the British gentleman with a gun at hand. I'm telling you, there was a woman dining with Dr. Watson. You're still repeating the same old nonsense, I see. According to witnesses, this woman exists only in your imagination. Ugh. If only there were more witnesses who could back me up. The incident took place after 2 p.m. during the gap between lunch and dinner. That explains why there weren't more potential witnesses around. Yes, 2 in the afternoon is certainly an unorthodox time to be having a meal. Perhaps the victim had a reason to be dining at Los Guantos at that particular time. Ah, yes, about that, it seems he had a reason indeed, Your Honor. Nani? This was found in the victim's breast pocket. And what exactly might this be? It looks like a medical report, Your Honor. The victim paid a visit to the doctors before going to the restaurant. Or a clinic. Even the date and time and the... Oh, yeah, Dr. Hor... Oh, yes, he's going to be here, or his ancestor. 19 November from approximately noon to 1 in the afternoon. Right before the time of the incident. Certainly, the victim went for a late lunch after his examination. I found it unnecessary to report this as it has no bearing on the case at hand. What do you make of this, Naruhodo? Me? Well, I didn't think it was that important either. There's always a chance we'll find something for this evidence later. Should I request a copy of the Dr. Watson's medical report? Request. May we have the medical report as evidence? What for? Thanks to the recipe testimony we shared, there is no need for further evidence. Besides, what the victim did prior to the incident is of no relevance to the court. Sorry to disappoint you, but we'll be the judge of that. Excuse me? Lest you forget, you have no right to deny a legitimate request by the defense. Very well. The court approves of the defense's request. You youngsters and your rights, I fear for the future of your empire. Oh man, if you only knew. Court orders you to submit the victim's medical record as evidence. Right now we are in a desperate need of a new lead. Though this might seem irrelevant at first glance, don't underestimate its power. Yeah, got it. Soon you'll realize how futile it is to prolong this trial. I, for one, believe the testimony has painted a sufficiently clear picture. What you say, antique dealer? Let's see... make a report. So we can't analyze it further? Is that really what you saw? Dr. Watson eating in his table alone? Unfortunately for you, that is indeed what this one saw. The old man, the soldier, the waiter have all testified as such. And if that wasn't enough, there was also evidence that attests to that fact. As you can see, there is but one single serving of beef steak on the table, enough for only one person. No. The antique stock owner, the Imperial Army sergeant, and the waiter. It's possible that they are liars. But what reason would they have to lie? Frankly, Asoy, I have no clue. I repeat, no one could have shot him but that wicked boy on the report. But why don't you just tell me the truth? What did you just say? At the time, there was a woman sitting on the opposite director Watson. I could understand if one of you overlooked her presence. But there's no way both of you missed her. Something's not right. Unfortunately, it's not just the two of them. What? The waiter said the same thing. He too claimed that the victim was alone. That's right. In other words, you are the only one who insists on the existence of this phantom woman. But if there was indeed a woman present, you'll have to prove it. And if you cannot, then I never want to hear about her again. You're simply wasting our time right now. I don't know how to respond to that. Great job, Naruhodo. That's one new piece of information in the bag. Yeah, but I don't think we made any real progress. Still can't find a decent contradiction. You sure about that? Here, show me that medical report you just got. You mean this? went through all the trouble to get our hands on this. Always wise to examine it closely. Okay. Oh, come on, this tutorial too, I played 6 games already, well, 6 and 2 spin-offs already, man. Yes, details. Touch that and you'll be able to inspect the evidence on top screen. Okay, yes. Yes, I know how to rotate the evidence. Multiple angles, yes. For more, you can play in the touch screen. You can move the cursor around to let... okay. Yes, I know, man. Gus! Okay, let's check this out. This appears to be a doctor's notes. There's an entry written here from the day the incident occurred. Prepared anesthesia, tooth extraction. Extraction? That's when they pull the tooth out, right? Before the incident, it appears the Dr. Watson was suffering from a toothache. Dentists in Europe are use laughing gas these days. I wonder if they use that. I read about that. They say that it makes you go numb. Supposedly it makes you so you won't feel the pain, but I find that hard to believe. There are some precautionary notes written by the doctor. Due to residual anesthesia, consumption of anything but water is strictly prohibited for 3 hours after treatment. Nanny, it might help us. Keep this information in mind. Oh, now I see a decent contraction. This new information we have now, the meaning of that testimony has completely changed. You're onto something, aren't you? Let's listen to the testimony one more time. Yes! So, in other words... What's wrong, attorney? Cat got your tongue. I'm a defendant first, attorney second. Getting tongue-tied is no big deal, happens to the best of us. Asogi, I'm not even an attorney to begin with. Your cross-examination earlier was indicative of one important fact. Wherever you raise that hand of yours, there's something on your mind that you're dying to let out. So don't worry about finding the right words, just speak your mind. Got it, I'll take advice to heart. Witness, here is the victim's medical report. Oh, what of it, young one? According to what's written here, I have a good reason to believe that there's something off about your testimony. Oh dear, did you forget what I told you? What did you tell me? Amateurs like you should know when to keep your mouth shut. Pipe down. Huh? Here are the facts. The victim was murdered at the restaurant sometime after 2 p.m. Whatever he might have done before then is irrelevant to the case. That's not... Naruhodo, don't worry about finding the right words. Just speak your mind. Your Honor, at this point there is no need for further deliberation. After all, the previous testimony has made everything perfectly clear. The medical report is irrelevant to the case at hand. As for why, it is because of this little university... Nani? Are you saying that this medical report isn't relevant at all? Is this really what you think? What's the sudden shift in tone? Don't scare me like that. Anyway, don't think too hard about it. It's common sense. Even if the horror clinic is in fact a dental clinic. The dental clinic, that doesn't change a thing. Even if at that dental clinic the victim had undergone a tooth extraction. What? Moreover, the victim was prohibited from consuming solid foods after the operation. Hold on, boy, what are you getting at? Prohibited from consuming solid food? What in the world? It's all been noted in the fine print. All consumption from solid food is strictly prohibited for 3 hours after treatment. No, that can't be. Sir.
What is it?
Now that you've heard the truth, at the time of the incident, shortly after 2 p.m., the victim was unable to eat a thing.
This is an outrage.
In addition,
why are you staring at me?
You claimed several times that the victim was enjoying his meal alone. However, that claim does not hold up. Because the victim had just undergone a tooth extraction and could not eat solid food.
Well said, partner.
Oh man, finally, we're getting some argument here. What are you getting about, rat? Your argument's meaningless. Take a close look at this photograph. Clearly, there is a serving of beef steak in the victim's table. Fool. Haven't you realized that in itself is a contradiction? What did you say? Right now the situation has been completely turned on its head. Isn't that right, Naruhodo? Of course! The victim could not consume any solid food because he just had a tooth extracted. If that was the case, another question arises. Who exactly then was eating this beefsteak? The court demands an explanation. Understood, defense? You mean me? Listen up. The real fight begins once you give the judge your answer. Then I better say. Show me what you can do. Time for a great turnabout. Yes, die Yakten Saiban. The only person could have. Of course, it must have been the person who was dining with the victim. Don't make me waste my breath. No such person exists. Don't make me waste mine. She most certainly does. At the time of the incident, the victim was in no condition to be eating solid foods, and yet a beefsteak lay half-eaten on his table. Therefore, someone else must have been present. That's the only explanation. So long as this obvious contradiction remains, we can't trust the previous testimony. And if you keep trying to rig this trial in your favor, I will report you to the Ministry of Justice. Mark my words. Asogi. Do you really think you can take on the judicial system of the Japanese Empire? Hamburger steak. You are not my opponent today. Nani? My opponent are the two witnesses here.
How dare you? What do you mean by that?
As the evidence clearly shows, the victim was not alone. Or are you purposely trying to hide the truth? I sincerely hope you're prepared to be charged with perjury. Perjury! Not to mention that this is a murder trial. Being found guilty of perjury will imply that you are accomplices to the murder.
Murder?
No! No!
Preposterous! I was not aware of such a thing. I simply testified as I was ordered to. That is the truth. We were ordered to testify that the young lady was never at the crime scene. Oh. What was that? Witness! Could you repeat that? Well, you see... You were ordered to say that? No, hold on, that was, You were ordered to testify that a young lady was never at the crime scene? Let me guess, this is lady. She's a foreigner, I take it? Oh? What is the meaning of this? Did these witnesses commit perjury? You two, answer me at once! It was just a slip of the tongue! Order! Someone please explain what's going on here. I knew it! You ordered these witnesses to lie on their oath. The persecution was not aware of this either. Hamburger. Then, who gave the order? That's... The lips are sealed. So you don't care if you are indicated as accessory to murder? These protesters. Naruhodo. It appears that these two witnesses have been silenced by someone with influence far beyond their own. Moreover, the good prosecutor had absolutely no knowledge of this. Seriously? But who could exert that kind of influence? The government? The military? It could even be the police. Well, Naruhodo, do you have any idea who might have ordered them to stay silent? I have absolutely no idea, man. The Queen? If you can identify a culprit, we can demand them to appear in court. I need to identify the one who ordered both witnesses to hide the truth. Obviously, we need to find some evidence first. Evidence that shows the influence of a powerful third party. Evidence? There's no way we could have... Hold on, Naruhodo. Remember what happened earlier. Nani? Earlier we examined this piece of evidence we found a new lead, didn't we? Yeah, that's right. There's more where that came from. We may be able to uncover another hidden clue by examining these other pieces. There's no time to waste. Well, either of you have fabricated your testimony, I shall declare you guilty of perjury. Imperial Police is rather odd. What's wrong, Asogi? The name of the witness is written down here, Satoru Hosonawa. Well, obviously it's a business card after all. The name is not the problem, it's a title. Title? Oh, Imperial Police Division Number 1 Investigation led Detective Satoru. Oh, detective. What is going on? I have no idea. If he has the authority of a police officer, he may be capable of coercion. Okay, now we got other evidence. If there perjury. Please wait just a moment, Your Honor. I ouchie, swear to the heaven and earth that I have no part in this. I swear! Then, defendant, no, attorney, what is going through your mind? Sir! I can't do this. There's no time to gather my thoughts. I just have to close my eyes and blurt out the first name that comes to mind.
Aside from the prosecutor, I think this person was influential enough to pressure them. Might the name of this person be Satoru Hosonaga? Hosonaga? The waiter? Balderdash! Why would a mere waiter need to silence these witnesses? Moreover, there's no way he has that level of influence. You're not wrong, but what if... this man wasn't really a waiter? Pardon me? Where are you going with this? Go on, Naruhodo. Now's your chance to strike down. The evidence that points towards Satoru Hosonawa's true identity is... Is that a sketch of the crime scene drawn by the waiter? Why, he certainly is a resourceful head waiter. No, Your Honor. That's just the back of the card. What you ought to be paying attention to is the back of the back. The front of the card, rather. Huh? I'm sorry, that will be the front, I guess. Yeah, that's it. In other words, please take a look at the front of the back, Your Honor. Someone reiterate that for me? Allow me, Satoru Hosonawa drew this sketch on the back of his business card. And needless to say, the business card displays the identity of the owner. The identity of the owner. Oh, I want my reaction too. You see, your owner has figured it out. Imperial Police Division 1 Investigation Lead Detective Satoru Hosonaga. What in the blazes? That waiter was actually a detective of Imperial Police? Ouchie was not told about this either. The Imperial Police holds absolute overwhelming authority over the citizenry. The witnesses! Were you ordered to fabricate your testimonies by this so-called waiter? Were you told to hide the fact that you witnessed the presence of a young lady that day? Well... Detective Hosonaga? To be honest, I saw this coming, yes. I knew since the moment I was asked to hand over that sketch. I request that you present the sketch of the evidence. Well... Is there something wrong? Go on, have it over. Oh, certainly. As you wish. Come to think of it, he did seem a bit hesitant to hand over his card. If you must investigate, do it to the most perfection, that is my motto. Yet here I am, having been exposed due to my own blunder. What an utter failure on my part. Then you really are a detective? But why would a detective of the Imperial Police be employed at a Western restaurant? Oh, maybe Detective Saller... I was conducting an undercover investigation. Undercover investigation? Why? Recently there has been a string of incidents at that particular restaurant. In order to investigate, I took on the role of a waiter and infiltrated the establishment. A string of incidents? What kind exactly? I cannot disclose any details regarding the investigation. I can only say it's unrelated to the murder case at hand. Very well then, Detective Hosonaga, allow me to confirm one thing. And what will that be, Your Honor? Earlier, these two witnesses let slip a crucial new piece of information. During the incident, it seems that there was a guest at the victim's table. If that is indeed the truth, then, as the waiter, you were aware of that, and yet not only have you avoided testifying to that fact, you have even used your authority to prevent these witnesses from speaking out. Do you deny any of this? I do not. What? You are right. Alright.
ran out of the kitchen as soon as I heard that gunshot at that. What I saw then was the lifeless victim with the university student towering over him, firearm in hand. And also, another individual sitting across the table, a British woman, I believe. Right again. I quickly had the restaurant located as I reported the incident to headquarters. It was then when I received the set special orders from my superiors. Special orders? You mean release the British woman from the scene of the crime immediately? I was also told to conceal anything that implied she was even ever there. Those were the absolute irrefutable commands issued to me. But if that British woman was the true culprit, it will be in your best interest not to finish that statement. Maintaining good relationships with the British Empire is one of our nation's top priorities. A British man was murdered, and now you wish to convict a British woman of that crime? Unless your case is watertight, we cannot afford to take that risk. I see, so that's the reason behind the disappearance of a phantom woman. That's insane! I just remember something. Sorry. Imperial Yume University accepts exchange students from the British Empire. And currently there is one such student in the Department of Medical Research. A young female student, no less. Seriously? You truly are a gifted student, attorney. I can see why you're chosen to study abroad as our Empire's representative. Then that means... After escorting the lady away from the crime scene, I looked into her identity for the sake of being thorough. In that case, you will have to state her name to a court. The name of the British lady who died with the doctor is Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. She is an exchange student from the Imperial Yume and a member of Victims Research Lab. What? I was ordered by my superiors to erase her presence from the scene. As such, I course this meant to conceal the truth. This I do not deny. I leave the rest in your honor's capable hands. Very well. The court will now state its opinion on the matter. So far, this trial has opened under one major assumption: that the victim was sitting alone at the time of the incident. However, that assumption has now been discredited. In light of this new development, the court believes it's still too early to hand a verdict. Your Honor, but that means we will delay the verdict and our telegram to the British Empire until this afternoon. Our government won't be happy about that. Restrain yourself, Prosecutor Auchi. The trials of the Supreme Court are not to be swayed by political influence. If I only was true in real life. Detective Hosonaga. Yes. Please issue a summons for Miss Giselle Brett. As your honor commands. Detective, doing so will mean defying the special orders you were given. I believe I made this clear earlier. If you must investigate, do it at the most perfection. That is my motto. Detective, won't your livelihood be at risk? I'm already dying, idiot! Bring it out, I say. Let's adjourn this court for a recess. I hereby order that the exchange student Miss Giselle Brett be summoned to this court. Is that understood? Yes, Your Honor.
Sir! Hey! Very good, the court will now take a 30-minute recess. Wow, that was a shit show. Not the game itself, but this stream. Yes, that's going to be it for tonight. Isaac, thank you so much for coming over to the stream. Sorry that there was so much technical issues. But yeah, I think that I found the root of the problem. It's so much people using the internet at the same time, yeah, and the capture using the internet doesn't help matters either. But yeah, at least I'm glad we could go through the first chapter, and I hope to see you next time I stream this. I'll be taking my leave now. Take care, guys.